Hey guys, Peachy here giving you the final statistics of all three series this season. This is your last chance now to click away and watch the season finales of all three series because they will be spoilers, as we will be revealing who won races, who did what, and where did they finish overall. So this is your last chance now to click away before we get to the information. If you're still here, now we're going to proceed with the truck series to begin, and we'll reveal who wins and who doesn't and how each driver did. Whoops, my bad, but I just gave away the truck series results, so, well, like I warned you guys. But anyway, here it is, the final results from the truck series in season 2. And Connor Hurley is the only driver to win 3 races this season. He won at Zanjoltis to solidify becoming the wins leader among the drivers in the Pokemon Truck Series this season. There are the results. They're in top 2, top 3, top 5, 10, poles, and laps led. All on the screen. I don't have the overall points because I had to use NN Racing's point system to measure out the points, and I only did it for the regular season. I added the points myself for the playoff races, so the points are no longer going to be accurate, exactly accurate how many they've earned, since it's between the regular season and the playoffs, so you won't be seeing the final points results on this video, but you will see the stats of how many races they won, how many top 5s, top 10s, poles, laps led, and all that. So we're only going to cover that because those are the important things in each of the 3 series. So anyway, Connor Hurley has 3 wins in the trucks. There you see his results on the top. Angie Brown, Joey Trickle, Code Luigi, Steve Larker, and Zeke Scott, and Tim Randolph, and Giovanni Castillo and Andrew Johnson were the only other drivers that won more than 1 race this season in the truck series. And among the other winners, there are Brendan Falwer, Tommy Highsmith, Monica Just, Nikki Maxwell, Arena McShane, Jeff Bright, Dave Richardson, Joe Jefferson, Ish Taylor, Michael Anderson, Ryan Raver, Gustavo Rocha, and Alexio Antonio. Those are all the drivers that won this season in the Pokemon Truck Series. 22 different winners of 30. Not bad for the series. That means only 8 full-time drivers did not get a win this season in the Truck Series. Cody Lupton, Tommy Tang, and Keon Vargas all did not win. They came second in a couple races. Vargas was second once, Tang was second 3 times, and Lupton was second 4 times. That has got to hurt. Excuse me. That's got to hurt for them. They deserve to win a race, but they unfortunately couldn't get it this season. Maybe next time. Nikki Maxwell, you see here, that's her playoff statistic. However, Maxwell already has 1 win this season, so can't complain about that. And she did make the Final 4, so that's the plus. There's Connor Breton, who doesn't have a win as well, and he finished second in 1 race, and that was it. And Joey Trickle, Zeke Scott, as mentioned earlier, they did get a win this season. Yeah, they did get, Zeke Scott had 2 wins, so I guess they can't complain about that. Brandon Thorpe came second in 1 race, believe it or not. Yeah, Brandon Thorpe came second in 1 race in his only cup ride in the 51, so impressive for him. He was the highest among the cup drivers to finish in a truck race and second in one of them. Matthew Amdev, Ryan Pritchard, Joshua Sakali, Chloe Wizikirk did not get a top 2 finish at all this season. Their best finish was 3rd in the truck series, so they didn't really do well for the trucks. And the rest are playoff drivers and cup drivers, as you can see here, so that's really not important. Wizikirk, I think the ones that finished, well, everybody did, however, get a top 3 finish. Every full-time driver got a top 3 finish in the truck series this season. The rest, I say, are cup drivers, playoff drivers. Yeah, not really necessary to see. And the lowest was Wizikirk in terms of statistic, but she did get a 3rd place finish at one point. You can pause the video to find where you what your results are in terms of your own driver. So you can pause or rewind the video anytime to find your driver's name and see how well that driver did. That was the truck series. Now we move on to the X series. Like I said, the X series has 32 drivers, all on a list. James Stabilito, 3-time winner, along with Morgan McPherson and Ryan Butcher. I believe those are the only drivers that won 3 races this season. Connor Breton, Steve Larker, Ryan Rickshaw, DJ Kirker, Philip Goldberg won 2 races this season. Code Luigi, Sean Kennedy, Giovanni Castillo, Grace Takayama, Joshua Sakulli, Aiden DeGabriel, Dexter Black, The Champion, Julius Anderson, Troy Kang, Jeffs, and that's it. Those are the drivers that actually got 1 win this season. Connor Breton won a playoff race, and to add, well, actually, Connor Breton won a playoff race and he won 2 regular season races, so he is a 3-time winner. So there are 4 3-time winners in the X Series this season. Breton's one of them. One of them just came in the playoffs and the other 2 in the regular season. So Dexter Black, though, where's Dexter? Dexter won a playoff race. Yeah, one race. So he did have 2 wins each. So Dexter Black had 2 wins and he's also a 2-time winner. 1 came in the playoffs, 1 came in the regular season. Then there's Nikki Maxwell. Let me find her name. 1 race in the playoffs and 1 race regular season, so she's also a 2-time winner. They just separated the playoff field from the regular season field. Little confusing, but we do know that Black, Maxwell each have 2 wins, and Connor Breton has 3 wins. So 4 drivers won 3 races this season, the X Series. And here are the rest of the field. Jeff Scott, John Hunt, Jay Jefferson, Connor Hurley, excuse me, Abby Sachs, Cody Lupton, Max Anderson, So Lupton, Sachs, Hurley, Jefferson, Hunt, Scott had their best finish of 2nd, but did not win a race this season. Anderson's best finish was 3rd, along with Jeff Bright, Josh Emdev, Ulal Silver, and Zapatos Amaratos. Their best finish was 3rd. And I believe Glenn Duthit is the only active full-time truck X Series driver that did not get a top 3 finish overall this season. His best finish was 4th in the X Series in Season 2. So he's the only one of the full-time drivers to not get a top 3 finish overall in the season. And the rest are Cup and playoff drivers. There you see there. Those are the rest of the names. You can pause the video to find how your driver did. So that's the statistics for the X Series Season 2. One more look around them, and then we'll go on to the Cup Series. Here we go. We're in the Cup Series right now. So here it is. Christian Vargas leads everybody with 4 wins this season. Vargas was a 4-time winner. Incredibly, that's all his top 5s he got. Look at that. He had 8 top 10s overall. And look, all of his top 5s were wins. Very incredible. An incredible accomplishment for Vargas. 4 wins this season. Roger Ray had 3 wins. So did Alex Hawkins. Hawkins got his 3rd win earlier at Zen Joltis. Justin Roberts had 2 wins in the playoffs and 2 wins in the regular season. So guess what? He and Vargas are the only drivers to win 4 races this season. So Vargas and Roberts won a quarter of the season's races. I believe it is a quarter of the season's races. Well, almost a quarter of the season's races, but Vargas and Roberts combined won 8 races in the season. Very impressive. John Mendez was a 2-time winner, and the rest are the 1 race winners. Logan Bradley, Brandon Tharp, Cassandra Kirker, Donovan Duthit, Zach Fitzwater, Chase Marks, Carter Friesen, Cullen Francis. I believe Francis won a regular season race and a... Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. 3 different names. How about that? Friesen with 1 race win in the regular season. And 1 race, another race he won. I misspelled his name. So Carter Friesen is a 2-time winner. He should be a 2-time winner in the schedule. I just made a mistake when changing the paint scheme with his name being wrong. So I apologize for that. But he is a 2-time winner this season. Diego Yepes also won 2 races, 1 in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs. Yin Canary also won 2 races as well. 1 regular season, 1 playoff race. And Cullen Francis has 1 win in the regular season. And I'm trying to find his name. Oh, no, never mind. Cullen Francis' only win came in the playoffs because I gave him the spot because of Kentucky being controversial and all that stuff. And Steve Morgan got credit for the win, but Francis won the overtime that didn't count. So Francis got an exception to get in the playoffs without a win. So Cullen is in. And he got one win in the playoffs, so it was only one. Brandon Tharp was the only playoff driver to have not won a race this season, but he got the win in the Super Snack 500. How about that? Every playoff driver had at least one win this season. Very impressive results. So there are, I believe, 20 different winners in the schedule this season. Garner also won a race. Canario won a race. Richardson, the champion, only won one race the entire season, and yet he won the title. How about that? Riley Spurley-Tube, Priya McShane, Cody Smart. Yeah, those are the other winners overall this season. We get to the other drivers, and as you can see here, Jonathan Wong was second. Wait a minute, they mixed up the... Wow. I guess they mixed up the points with the other results. Whoops. But you get the point. Screw it. Jonathan Wong's best finish was second, and Daniel Bouchard's best finish was also second. Wong came runner-up 3 times, Bouchard 2 times. Russell had 1 runner-up finish. So did Alexander Rowe and Patrick Smith. And Wayne Carson finished second. That was the race at Walt Disney World where he almost won the race, but he wrecked out in the final lap and he lost the race. O'Neal Balvin was second once. Bright was second once. Kukulon was second once. Derek Hamill was second once. And Don Duth... Oh, no, it was the playoff Don Duthit. Sorry. And the rest of the field, Robert Smith, his best was third. He didn't get a single win, surprisingly, this season. Lopez was third. Sachi was third. Gatlin Downey was third. Rich Roy finished third. That was their best finish of the season. Then there's Billy Bishop and Angel Oliveira. Neither one of them got a top 3 finish. Their best was fourth. And Jonathan Fast, a disappointing season. He only got one top 5 the entire run. Must have been very disappointed for that. But man, it was a tough season to succeed on that run. But at least he got some of the experience in. Raleigh Spurley-Tube, the worst result, that was a playoff driver, that was 24th. Even Dexter Black got better result, 14th. And Peachy's best finish that year was 11th in 3 races. Leia and Luke got 5 races each. Leia's best was 8th, Luke was 10th. Again, you can pause the video to find how your driver did in terms of statistics. We do know that Roberts and Vargas are the only 4 race winners this season, combining to win 8 races. Roger Ray, Alex Hawkins, and I believe, well, Colin, yeah, whatever. But anyway, Ray and Hawkins combined to win 6 races in the season. Almost half the schedule was won by those 4 drivers. Along with Mendez as well. Mendez was a 2-time winner, and the other 2-time winners, Canario, Yepes, and one other playoff driver. I forgot, but yeah. Anyway, those combined to win more than half of the races in the schedule. And some of the others got their wins this season. Now, before we go, I just wanted to show you guys the Season 34 paint schemes for the Cup Series next season. This is not a signups video, but I wanted to show you the schemes we'll be running for next season in the Cup Series. I'm still working out the X car set we're using next season and the trucks as well. So I'll reveal the car set for those 2 we'll be running for those next seasons at a later date. But for now, I'm going to reveal the Season 34 cars we'll be running. And this is not a signups video, so don't reserve your ride on this video. I will have signups up. I will let you know when signups are going to be up across all of my social media platforms and even my channel too on YouTube. So follow my main channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'll let you know when the signups will be up for Season 34. But I'm just showing the car set we're going to be running with. So do not reserve your ride on this video. And yeah, there are no reserve rides at all. Some drivers have their rides reserved for different reasons, but other than that, no one should reserve their ride on this video at all. Do not reserve your ride right here. I'm just showing you the car sets where the cars will be running for next season. Anyway, it's on to the cars, and to start off, Chip Ganassi's number 1 will be running the McDonald's Cessna Chevy. They're bringing McDonald's back as its sponsor for next season. The number 2 Penske is going to be running Miller Lite, and they'll split between the blue and white, the best of both worlds. Number 3 for RCR will be running Realtree Fishing Austin Dillon Chevy, and that scheme looks so lit, so I wanted to run it next season. The number 4 Stored Haas Racing will be Mobile One as its sponsor, and Mobile One will sponsor all 4 Stored Haas cars to start off next season. And the number 6, you'll notice that it'll have Wyndham Rewards as its paint scheme, and Roush Fenway, they'll run the 6 next season with that sponsor. That's Matt Kenseth's ride for Kansas coming up. We're going to use it for this season. The number 8 is coming back to the Cup Series from RCR, and as the team will be expanding to a 4-car team, and they'll run the 8 car this season with Smoky Mountain Herbal Snuff on the Chevrolet. So I can't wait to see this car go out for the first time in the series next year. And the number 9 will be Mountain Dew Baja Blast as its sponsor from Hedrick. The 00 is coming back for Starcom. They'll run Sparks Energy as its sponsor. The number 10 will have Mobile One as well, along with the other Stored Haas cars. The number 11 will run FedEx Express with a little bit of a different look. They're paying tribute to Jason Leffler with this paint scheme, so it's a nice tribute to Jason Leffler with this paint scheme. Can't wait to see it run. The number 12 will be running with De Vilbis, Carlisle. I hope I pronounced them right. But they'll be running that paint scheme for Penske's next season. And the number 13 running Geico Military as its sponsor. Number 14, they'll be running Mobile One again. Number 17, James Richardson will be driving that car next season as the defending champion. He'll be running with Lennox Fastenal. Number 18, they'll be running the M&M's Flavor Vote Toyota. Number 19, they'll run the DeWalt Stanley again in that car. Number 20, they'll be running Sirius XM. Number 21, they'll be running Wood Brothers on the Quaker State paint scheme. Number 22 gets a new look for Shell Pennzoil next season. Just look at that new car. 24 is bringing back Liberty University as its sponsor to start off, so it's a brand new look for that car. Can't wait to see it run. 31 will be running eBay Motors as its sponsor for RCR as it expands to a 4-car team. And 31 will be running that scheme to start the season. The 32 gets a retro feel for its new paint scheme. Roger Ray, we do know, is coming back to drive that car next season as regular season champion. So he'll be running the Keen Parts Ford, but it has a retro feel to it because it pays tribute to the Jeff Byrne paint scheme in the 90s from Excite Batteries. But this time it'll be sponsored by Keen Parts. So it's really nice to have this retro paint scheme running for next season. The number 33, Dexter Black, they're bringing the 33 back into the Cup Series because Dexter Black is the X Series champion. He'll get a reserve ride in the Cup Series, and this is his ride for next season. He'll be staying his old number and his old team as well. They'll carry over into the Cup Series, just like what Chase Marks did with the number 3 team in this season. And from that 3 car, they'll carry Dexter Black over to the Cup with the same number, 33, and the same team. This car ran a couple part-time races with the Walkers, but now it'll be a full-time car running with Dexter Black. That's the 4th and final RCR car for the team. The 34 Front Row Motorsports, they'll be running Love's Speedco. The Love's Speedco scheme is coming back for next season. The 37 JTG Chevy, they'll be running Natural Light to start off the season. And the 38, they'll be running Speedco. Front Row's running the full Speedco scheme for the 38 next season. And the 41, the gray version, the last of the Stored Haas Mobile One cars. 42 running Credit One Bank as its sponsor again, but with a different look than it had last season. So, nice look for Credit One. The 43 will start off with Petty's Garage Medallion Bank, and it pays tribute to Richard Petty's early days. So I figured why not race this paint scheme for the team. Very fitting for the Petty 43 to run this type of paint scheme. 47 JTG is going to keep its old paint scheme from last season, as I couldn't find a different paint scheme for the 47 to run, so I'm going to have to use the same paint scheme I did before for the 47, unless I find another one for that team. The 48 gets a new look for Lowe's. The Lowe's for Pros scheme was boring, so I'm gonna use the one that they included in the car set in the mod. The 48 Lowe's Chevy. It looks really sleek and dark, so I'm gonna run it for next season. The 51 Rick Rare Racing is coming back, and they'll be running Bubba Burger as its sponsor, and whole new look for the team. The 66 MBM is coming back as well. They'll run Smith Build Homes as their sponsor. The 72 TriStar is coming back with SoCal Chevy dealers. So the Chevy will be in front of them. The 70 running a whole new look for auto owners insurance for Furniture Row Racing. They'll be back in the one car deal, and they'll be back with auto owners. 88's running a new look for the Nationwide paint scheme. The Nationwide Chevy's getting a brand new design and a whole new, much lighter design. So can't wait to see that on the track. Number 92 is getting a new sponsor. Ricky Benden's team is getting Advanced Auto Parts as its sponsor for next season. A different paint scheme for them for once. The Levine Family 95 will be driven by WRL. So WRL will sponsor them for this next season. The 96 getting Gaunt Brothers to have Gordon Brothers to sponsor their car for next season. So Gaunt Brothers running with Gordon Brothers next season. And finally, the 99 makes its triumphant return next season, and guess who will be driving that car? None other than Pichu. Yes, Pichu is coming back to the series next season in a full-time ride. He will be competing in every race next season, and he's back in his famous 99 car, running with Starcom Fiber as its sponsor from the Starcom team. They're expanding to a two-car field for next season, and the 99 Pichu is going to be back in his old number, and he's coming out of retirement, or semi-retirement I should say, to run a full schedule next season. So he'll be fun to watch make a comeback and triumphant return to the Cup Series next season. Gonna be a lot of fun. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you guys are aware about our now, or I don't even know what to say now, but you get the idea. But anyway, I'll let you know when signups for all three series are up and car sets for those other two series. I'll let you know how they look, but I'm still working on a couple things and even the schedule. So I will have updates coming up throughout my social media platforms. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll update you on the all three series, when the signups will be, how the series will go, the car sets, the tracks, all of it. So I'll let you know when I get everything all set up and prepared. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.